I write with 785 Magazine, editor there now. We revamped that section. I also am a playwright. I write poetry. I had a book come out last year. Been busy writing. Just write. There's really no specific genre of writing I do.
I have known Kevin since he was a teenager, and he wrote some of his first poetry in my Gifted Writers Workshop. And then I acted as kind of a mentor for him through high school, and then have stayed in touch just ever since. Very proud of his accomplishments. He went to the same church as Linda Brown from Brown v. Board, and he has some poems about that in his most recent collection, which is called Brown. And it has to do with the Brown v. Board and John Brown and being Brown in Topeka, Kansas.
I moved here from San Antonio originally, so I moved to Topeka in 2001, right out of high school. And I've been here ever since. I like to say that, I'm not a natural born Topekan, but I like to use the term Helianthus, like I kind of blossomed here creatively.
He went from Topeka to Harvard University and then got his MFA at Brown University, had a Stegner Fellowship, which is one of the best you can get in the writing area, at Stanford University. And now he's landed in New York City, where he's the director of the Schomburg Center for African American Culture with the New York Public Library. And he became the poetry editor of New Yorker magazine. So he's really at the top of his game. And you'd think with all of that, well, how does he write? Well, he writes very prolifically. And very elegantly. He's been a finalist for National Book Awards with several of his books.
The playwright aspect of it is something I'm getting into here recently, the last 2 years, locally doing some theater. It's got me inspired. Homegrown Playwright Project I was a selectee for that this past season. The poetry is a little different. That's something I've been doing for a long time. It's probably my favorite type of writing. As a writer and an artist, I see the art community in Topeka on the cusp of something more than just a fun art town. We're about to be a serious art town. We're really close. I mean, everyone is creating new work, fresh work, new ideas, new perspectives, and it's challenging, but we're also supporting each other. At this point, everyone is still involved in the greater good of art in Topeka.
It's meaningful to be recognized where you are. The old cliche among writers and others is that you're never recognized in your own hometown. I think Topeka and the Arty Awards and a lot of other places in Topeka are working hard to change that, to make sure that we know, because it's an inspiration to the rest of us, and especially to young people, that yes, this can happen. And so the Arty Awards are just part of that recognition, part of creating a cultural climate in Topeka that encourages people to be who they want to be.
To be nominated for an award here in Topeka and not being from Topeka means that I've been accepted as an artist at this point. This is recognition. Hi, welcome to the Topeka art scene. It's very important to me to connect with other artists, and I feel this is the first step, in that direction, the nomination. Just think Topeka, man. I love this town. I really do. And I'm not going anywhere, so, get used to seeing me around.